Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
The Sun Dragon Sideshow VSC edition.
The virtual shopping channel.
I don't even know what order we say things in anymore. So.
I know. We used to say, like, most dangerous show of the week, and then you'd say, and then,
Did we?
Yeah. It's been 3 years, so it's kind of an ever-evolving...
No show notes, people.
No show notes.
All right. So, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in... It feels overcast, but it's not. Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
I don't know how else to describe it. Like,
it's going to be warmer than yesterday.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I will not be wearing this much longer. But,
But Saturday's coming, and that's going to be like a high of 62.
I'm like 60.
And rain.
And rain on Saturday. Oh, no. White Squirrel Festival. It's going to be.
It was raining last year. Well, it wasn't on Memorial Day weekend, but it was raining the first day last year when we were all hunkered up underneath the...
Was that on Memorial Day weekend?
It was the weekend after.
Which was after.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to talk about that right now. I don't need to bore you all with that. I'd rather have my class outside, my sock class outside than inside. But anyway, hi. I'm a little headachy today, so bear with me if I lose my train of thought. So we got in. We're not getting a whole lot of yarn in right now, and some of that is post crawl, just de-stressing and trying to take a breath. And some of that is just life. But we did get some back orders in for Jody Long Alba, so I thought we could put that on sale this week. That I think there's only one color that we don't have a ton of. I mean, when you go online, you could find out otherwise. But of course, it's the color I'm using for my pressed flowers cardigan that's right here. That'll show off in a second. But we got a new color in, which we'll talk about in a second. And we got a refill on a color I'm using for a different project, which to me is very exciting because that means that a good chunk of these colors we have, if it's something we can still get in stock, we have an okay quantity of. And it's a lovely yarn, and we think y'all should take advantage. I mean, to be quite honest, for today and tomorrow, you can save more than the product of the week that we're talking about today.
Because we're having a sale.
Because we're having a sale for hitting 1,500 subscribers. And that one, just to get it out of the way, 1500 SUBS saves you 25% today, which is May 24th, and tomorrow, which is May 25th of 2023, just in case someone is watching this in the far future. What we're going to talk about today is on sale through next Tuesday, which is like the 29th or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, at 15% off. You cannot combine the codes, though. So you can use the product of the week code, which is the words product of the week with spaces in them, to save 15%. Or for today and tomorrow, you can use 1,500 subs, no spaces, not to be confusing, and save 25%. So if you see any of this and you're like, I have to have it, then grab it now at the higher discount savings. And later in the week, if you miss the fancy sale we're having, you can still get 15% off whatever we have left of this with the code product of the week until we do this next Wednesday. So, would you like to read some stats?
I can. We have Jody Long Alba. It is 50% wool, 25% alpaca, and 25% viscose.
And whenever someone comes into the shop, I can never quite remember the blend. That's not a hard blend to remember, but I'm just like, it's got stuff and it's got alpaca and wool and
stuff.
And viscose, is that bamboo or is that maybe, we don't know.
Viscose can be
bamboo.
But it doesn't, normally if it's bamboo, they specify that it's bamboo.
Yeah, so, but is viscose always a plant fiber of some kind or can it just be completely synthetic?
Viscose, I think, is more often than not a plant fiber or there's milk viscose, there's, it's a...
But it's something...
Yeah.
it might take a while to produce or have some
Sometimes
kind of
it goes through
crazy process.
a chemical process.
But it's got some natural fiber in it, and it's probably plant-based of some kind. Probably. We're making some guesses here because it doesn't
start
specify.
looking at that. But
anyway. If you find anything out, like in our copious spare time,
It is machine washable, lay flat to dry. They're recommending a US 5 needles or a G hook, which is 4 millimeters. And you get 382 yards per ball. Mm-hmm. And we are retailing it for $21.95.
So I like to say that this stuff plays really well with the Juniper Moon Farm Patagonia. It's got the same exact yardage, so it's about the same thickness. I used both in a giant crochet bedspread thing I made that's here in the shop on one of the chairs. The difference is the Patagonia is like a solid. Some of it's heathery, but it's more of a continuous color. This guy has Tweety Flex in it.
And the other difference is Patagonia is 100% merino, and this is a blend. And
then the follow-up to that is that Patagonia is not machine washable. This is. Anything you're hand knitting, I would be as delicate as possible when you're taking care of it, though.
If you mix machine washable and not machine washable yarn, opt for the hand wash only.
Go with the most delicate instructions, because if you mix a machine like if you're doing color work and you have a machine washable and a not machine like one that says it's not safe for the washing machine, that stuff might felt around the stuff that will be fine. It's not like the stuff that's fine is going to protect the other stuff. It's like it's like the least common denominator type of thing. Go with the most delicate care.
It's kind of like your sweater that you're wearing. Mm-hmm. The color work is not machine washable, and the rest of the sweater is.
And so I'm going to hand wash it. It's like the cardigan that I'm making. The main color is Alba. This background color is the winter. I'm still going to hand wash this or just spot clean this guy, because there's so much. Take a look at the inside of the feeder broke that could felt up if it ends up in the washing machine. Mm-mm. So the other thing I like to compare this to in terms of thickness and in terms of visual look, it's not the same fiber content, but visually, I like to compare it to the Rowan felted tweed, which is a DK, but it's a light DK, and it's got the plying looks very similar, and the Tweety Flex looks similar. Some of the colors are very similar too. We don't have the entire color palette in, but if you're looking for the look, or if you have a pattern for Rowan felted tweed, there's a good chance that this will work. And Rowan felted tweed is sold in 50-gram balls, and these are 100-gram balls. Yep. And you said the yardage. I remember now. What are we retailing these for?
$21.95.
You might have already said that too, but I didn't hear it, so someone else probably didn't hear it. So, but either for the next 2 days, 25% off with 1,500 subs, and I'll stop talking about that sale. Or through next Tuesday night, you can save 15% with the code Product of the Week with spaces. So, yes, the color that I am using in we've got some nice neutrals now, which is really cool. The color that I am using in my cardigan here, and it should only take, according to the pattern, there's always trial and error with if the pattern's going to be right. For your gauge and everything else, like lots of factors can influence that. But the pattern for the number 3 size of the cardigan should only use 3 of these. I'm using the color Winter, which is fairly new to us. This one doesn't have a price tag on it.
Okay.
And there's only 2 left. And I'm just saying that because I think we pulled 5 for me when we were stickering. And then I said, I'm only going to need 3. So I put a couple back, and we'll have to see if the couple I put back are the couple that are still there. But they'll need price tags. Not a biggie. Winter is really neat because it is like a winter white. A winter white is an off-white kind of, but not a creamy white. And the flecks in it are like mostly like blue.
So it's like white with this gorgeous blue
kind of tone sheen to it. Yeah. And I'm not sure if that's just a burr in the yarn, because there is some burr, like, natural stuff in this. Not a lot. But there's some spots where I'm seeing a little bit of brown, but it really is.
I think some of them have a very light brown fleck. Like the gray has
that's noticeable.
Light brown.
This is not intentional, I think, when I'm seeing it. But, anyway.
Yeah.
This is the lightest color we have. The closest you're going to get to a white, but it's a winter white with dark blue flecks in it. Not navy, I would say more of a marine blue, royal blue. So, yeah.
And an occasional, like, light brown fleck.
Occasional, yeah. It's
because I see them more than
looking.
just a couple places.
The new color we got in is called Oats. And it's pretty. Like Liz was saying yesterday, it was like when she opened the plastic, it was even prettier taking it out of the plastic bag. So, what color would you say this is? If you were going to try to describe it.
A light beige.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a honey beige, almost. Like it's got a really warm quality. Like when I think of oatmeal and stuff, I don't think of anything quite this warm. So like it's on the tip of my tongue, like what warm thing this looks like, but I can't quite.
Almost like almonds that are not baked, like that. Not the shell, but the inside of the almonds.
Yeah, it's almost even a little warmer than that too. But that's as close as we're gonna get. And the flecks in this, we've got dark brown, we've got some like more golden honey stuff going on in it. This almost reminds me of Cheerios, but I feel like Cheerios is a little warmer. But anyway,
almost Cheerios, yeah.
Yeah, it's reminding me of something. And I ate Cheerios when I was a kid. But there's like at least 3 different colors of like yellow or brown flecks in this. So it's really pretty. I need to get a picture of this up online because this is our 13th color and we have 12 slots for colors. So I'll have to do like a tile picture or put it with something else. I'll put it there.
Nope, that's too far. There you go. I'm trying to build
Liz is
a wall.
Orchestrating. Okay.
And our last neutral is Pigeon. I thought we had a darker one. I didn't grab that.
We do. Let me go. We might. I see it. Let me.
Yeah. So that makes 14 colors, and
that means I already have some tiles or pictures together. I'll figure it out.
Pigeon is a light medium gray, and it has brown flecks, some black flecks, some charcoal flecks. It's just a nice.
I'm bringing this for when we talk about
nice
colors.
Gray. I'm going to tuck that right there.
I'm going to let Liz build the wall. So, here's the other neutral that Liz was talking about. We have a darker neutral. This is Magpie. And I guess is Magpie like a crow type bird?
Bird.
It's a nice charcoal. This is a really nice gray charcoal. So it's darker than it's the darkest neutral we have. And the flecks in it are both darker and lighter. So we've got some black flecks in it, or like super off black, dark charcoal flecks. And we have some lighter gray flecks in it too. So pretty much all of these have some kind of flecky, tweedy texture to them, which I really like. So how's that? Does that work for you?
Good.
Okay. All right, so where do we want to go next?
Let's do blues next.
Okay. That one I used the blue and the pigeon, I think, in the big blanket I made. I'm not gonna go grab that right now, but what's that one?
This one is Lock, and it's
like a lake. Oh.
It's a light medium blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's orange and pink and darker blue.
I'm looking at the camera and I'm
spots.
like, and they're seeing more of the label, which is fine because you're gonna show it off. So yeah, it's got orangey flecks in there, which is
and there's
like
even
the
some
complement
pink
color,
ones.
right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty. The pink's very, very subtle if you're worried about that. Like if you're loving that, go with it. The one that predominantly shows to me looking at it from over here is the orange. So this is Midnight, and this is like I thought it was bigger, and it's like when you pick up something heavy and it's like it's not heavy. So it's like a midnight blue. It's not quite a navy. The flecks in it are very subtle. There's lighter blue. There's more like a royal blue. There's some lavender flecks in it. There's a few other. There's maybe some lighter blue flecks as well. And it is the main color in the Tecumseh sweater that I'm making. I've just hit, it's the background color.
So good.
Isn't that cool? I've just hit the second set of patterning where I'm hitting the red again, which we'll talk about in a second. But there's 3 colors in this, which maybe we can transition to. This, I think I have 3 or 4 of the, let me see. I have 2 more of the Midnight set aside for this. I can't remember if I'm still on my first ball or my second ball of Midnight. The Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter is meant to be a little oversized, but I should only need 1 ball of the red and 1 ball of the kind of grello-y color that's in here for this guy. And it's going to be lightweight. I think this is written for sport weight. I have the pattern here. I'll take a look when Liz is talking about the next color. Technically, this is a DK, but it's such a light DK, it can work for sport weight patterns too, in my opinion. So, go ahead.
This is cherry,
which is
the same red as
the cross color in this,
and it has pinky, creamy pink spots. It has yellow spots, and it has little black flakes.
And like the tweed is so subtle, you only see it a little bit in this,
and it even looks like there might be some yellow flakes in there too.
So the Tecumseh that I'm making, see, it's gonna have rings of pattern like all the way down. Liz, do you want to talk about the next color?
The other color Rebecca has is moss,
and we just got more of that in. Ooh, this is what I was looking for. See, there's at least 3 rings of pattern in this sweater. Go ahead.
It's a grello-y green, and it has some blue flecks, some yellow flecks, some green flecks. So even pink flecks.
This actually like calls for Farmer's Daughter Fibers Juicy DK. So technically, I think it's written for a DK. 4 and 6 needles, and it's going to be lightweight because this is a thin DK. So yeah, these 3 colors, I think it really pops. It's really awesome. And for a while, we didn't have much of the Midnight. We just got a new bag of so we have 10 skeins at least of the Midnight that came in. So if you want to do something like what I'm doing, we have hopefully enough in stock for that. That is always the danger when I make something, is everybody wants to do, not everyone wants to do the same colors, but they want to do something similar, or they really like the color combo that we picked. So, I was really hesitant about throwing the red into it, and now I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So,
speaking of red, we have a rose.
Sure, that's where we're going next. I'm going to grab this one then.
That's right. Rose, it's a rosy pink. It's
a dusty rose.
Becoming that really popular pink that is dusty, and it's got white and blue and darker flecks in it.
It's almost a brighter or more purpley blue than this, but it could also be just because it's with the pink, it looks different. But I think it's a brighter blue. It's really, really pretty. So, the very first Ranunculus I ever made, was doing the short instructions, short sleeves and crop, but I made it for my bust size, which she's altered how the pattern's written, so that doesn't really apply anymore. But I made it with kilt, with a color of Alba, and I only used 1.5 skeins of this because it's knit on a size 10 needle, and even though I did a bigger size and it's really big
cropped
and
and sleeveless,
it doesn't take all that much yarn, which is kind of cool. And like if you want not cropped or longer sleeves, you need at least 2, I would say. But kilt is like this super dark wine red. Like
it's my favorite.
It's like burgundy merlot, purpley red, and then the flecks in it. Some are darker, some are lighter. Like we've been saying, some are more like a bright red. Some are more like the ruby red, and some are almost like pink in there. But there's all these tweedy flecks in there. If you look at this guy, you're not going to see the tweedy flecks. Like, they blend really well, but it's kind of neat that they're there. It's like, I call it color texture. Yeah. When a yarn isn't just flat. Sometimes flat is great, and sometimes it's not what you're looking for. So sometimes just a little bit of life to it, but nothing so busy it takes away from a pattern. Like, these yarns I would definitely use for a pattern that has a lot of stitch texture, or that has a lot of, like, cables or lace or something, because even though there's color variation in them, it's like what we like to call all over busy, but it's not super busy. So it's going to complement the pattern. So,
I'll do Highland.
Yeah. Yep.
So Highland is our darker green, and it's a nice mossy
green.
Yeah, a darker moss, like aged.
I'm trying not to micromanage, but I'm going to totally micromanage and say, now that we have this wall, when you're talking about it and not showing it off close, we might have to lift it up.
It's yellows for the specks, and there's some creams and some darker browns and even some oranges.
It's a more muted, like this guy's super bright. That one's nice and muted. And you want to start trying to build a higher wall? Let me see. No. I'm going to let her fix her wall over there. This guy is an older color that I think has been discontinued. The Heather. This one's called Heather. And it's a really nice purple. It reminds me of the octopus in the other yarn from Jody Long that we have. I think when we run out of this, we will bring in a different purple. But right now, this is the purple we have. And it's not quite an eggplant purple. Like, it's a little brighter than an eggplant purple, in my opinion. I'm still learning a lot about colors, right?
I'd say close to a royal purple.
Yeah, it's like kind of between the two, possibly, but it's much closer to the royal purple. It's got some pink, like fuchsia pink, and some green flecks in it, and some lighter, like lavender flecks too, which is really, really cute. I'm gonna see if I can perch this. These are both new colors, I think, that we brought in, or new to us colors, potentially. So go ahead.
This one is C, and it's a tealy, like almost a tealy turquoise. Mm-hmm. And it has pink.
It's like between turquoise, teal, and aqua.
Yeah.
It's like right in the middle there. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's pink, and
I see
there's some
black
yellow
flecks.
and black flecks. There's some really subtle flecks in there, but it just...
And the pink is a fuchsia pink again. But it's subtle. All of it's subtle. I think this one's the last one.
It is.
And this one is gorse. And maybe someone out there can tell me if gorse is a thing, or I can Google it later. As I'm like, now you can't see it. Ha! No, I'm kidding. It's a really nice kind of mustardy yellow. And it's mustardy golden. I really, really like it. Like,
it's closer to Dijon than French's.
I was about to say the opposite, but okay.
Well, I mean, there's more of that deep, rich gold.
Yes, I guess my HelloFresh packets, which aren't necessarily full Dijon, but the Dijon's been kind of pale. So, anyway.
I'm thinking of like the Grey Poupon bottles that are like a nice, rich golden.
Still disagree on that, but that's okay. Maybe I haven't had Grey Poupon long enough time, because I feel like it's more washed out. But anyway, it's nice and golden-y. It's not like the richest gold you're gonna see. So
I feel that French's is more yellow, like classic yellow, and that's not.
Sure. Okay. How about this? How about we go for it's more like Gildan's?
Okay.
Like the whatever mustard that is,
yeah.
right? That's got a deeper, honeyed color to it, right? Like the stone ground.
Yes.
I'll go with that. Okay. I don't know why we're debating this. Just because we're difficult.
Because it's Wednesday.
Okay, but the cool thing is there's almost like a full rainbow of flecks in this, which is really cool. Like I see orangey, like a red orange. I see purple flecks in this. I see green. Maybe some... Yeah, I already said purple. I don't know if I see blue, but like all of the secondary colors, like orange, but it's a reddy orange, and green and purple. So I just think that's awesome.
And I think depending on the light, because like I'm seeing a pink and more of a tealy blue in there.
We're having color problems today.
Well, I think
just differences of opinion, which is fine.
I think some of it's how the light's hitting it, because I'm seeing the back side. Whereas you're seeing, a more lighted side.
Sure. We'll go with that. Okay.
And we built a wall.
Look, we built a wall. Yay! Okay, so this is the Alba. It doesn't like to stay in the shelves as nicely as it likes to stay right now in this wall.
And it's going to collapse quickly.
Going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting 14 again. Good. So I'm going to have to find a way to add in the new color that's down there. The oats. But we not only have a really wide range, in my opinion, of some neutrals, we have some fun bright and also kind of more muted colors. So
and I think we only brought in 4 colors when we first
4 or 5 when we first did, and now we're up to 14.
Yeah,
and there's still colors I would love to bring in, but we've run out of space. So, so enjoy this week. Enjoy this yarn. If there's a color we're low on and you're interested in, contact us to see if we can even get it back in again right now. Don't know. The 25% off sale only applies to what we have in stock for today and tomorrow. And we need to go. Thank you all who have already used the code and wiped us out of some stuff. We're going to work on packing that stuff up and getting it out to you over the next couple of days. Speaking of that, we should go deal with that. So, you have 2 more days on the sale. I mean, by the time this is published, it might be a day and a half. But you have until Thursday night to take advantage of our 1,500 subscriber sale. And I feel like our subscribers are now, like, actually growing a little quick. It's not like they're going to skyrocket or anything. But we were waiting and waiting and waiting for the 1,500, and we're already over 1,510 right now. Yep. So, yay! Keep watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Because the next sale will probably happen at 2,000 subscribers. And we got a long way to go. So subscribe yourself up. It's free to do so. So anyway.
If you would like to have a question answered tomorrow for Dear Becky and Lizzie, email liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Excellent. You always say the com. So we will see y'all tomorrow, and we'll talk about what is given to us to challenging us with, or we'll talk about whatever we want. Ha ha ha. So, and I'm going to try to work on this this week, since it's the yarn of the week. We're going to see. I can't get it to show.
See how far you get.
See how far I can get on it. It always inspires me to make some progress. Yay! So once I hit sleeve separation, I think it'll go faster again. Anyway. All right. Bye!